So you guys wanted more car videos, so here you go. If you want something more in depth on like better quality and stuff like of seeing how the mods are done, search up Mr. 435i. If you can't find them, I just link the whole channel's link in the description down below and see if you can get it. But anyways, I'm bringing you this video because I still haven't figured out the emissions thing. Essentially, the state I live in allows you to miss one monitor, and of course I have two that are not registering, which is stupid. But this is my OEM cap. I think I'm gonna probably end up like just putting it on a shelf and making it like an ornament or something with the OEM O2 sensors. I'm never putting that thing back on, ever. The cool thing about New York, okay, is that you can get registered without passing emissions. But then you know, the state that I lived in beforehand, Colorado, you had to pass emissions in order to get registered. But let me just show you. This is my pride and joy. This is my baby. I'm gonna keep doing stuff to it. I got a big 6466 turbo upgrade that I'm gonna be doing to it eventually. But obviously all that stuff is expensive. It's gonna cost like $10,000 just to make this thing go 520 horsepower. Which it's actually really just not that much. I mean, to spend that kind of money on this kind of car is just crazy, but I think it's the idea of really shooting for the stars. But here it is. This is the 2015 BMW 435i. Ready? It's got a rain light to it too. Look at that. How sick is that? So it's fully custom, full bolt on, everything. I mean, I love the car. I didn't cheap out on it this time. It's every single accent on the car is basically carbon fiber. The plans for it, actually, I have a carbon fiber CTS hood for it coming, hopefully soon. On top of that, I got some fenders coming for it, but that won't happen for a little bit because it's like $1,000+, you know? So it's like you're trying to like space it out. But this car is, it has no money owed on it and no money owed to it. So no loan. It's fully paid for, so basically all the mods I'm doing is just tasteful mods and mods that I am suited for, like I love. Now, obviously, I had plans to sell it just to get a B58 because I really want to push that power with a cheap, with cheaper power, right? But I don't need that power, man. I don't need 700 horsepower. Like, I'm a dental professional. Like, I'm trying to become that, and, you know, I don't need it. I know a lot of you say, well, you're already spending the money to upgrade this 435i. Yeah, I totally understand that, but at the same time, think about it. I don't need that kind of power because I'll be agree with you. I will be a freaking wreck, like a maniac with that. It's not that I drive stupid. I drive conservative with some happy times here and there, but God, I don't need to, I don't know. I guess you'd have to understand it from my POV with it, even though it's hard to explain, but I'm trying to make this 435 super unique. Now, the problem is with 342 is that so many people have it nowadays, so it's like, if you just buy it and you do the same things to it, well, everyone's like, oh my God, you have a 340. Yeah, you do. Meanwhile, I have a 435i, which people just don't like anymore because it doesn't hold the power, and I totally get that, I totally understand that, but in my opinion, it's probably the best sounding BMW compared to the B58. However, if you go with like an S55 or an S58, obviously like those are the dreams, but we're not at that point yet. But let me show you this. So I have, like I said, this thing's full bolt on. So this thing, carbon fiber grills. Like I said, I didn't cheap out on the accents. I mean, it's got carbon fiber fangs instead of the lip because I think everybody has that too. And it's just, I don't want to cheap out on it again, you know? It's got the side skirts, it's got aftermarket wheels, it's got racing Brembo brakes, which I absolutely hate. Well, I love them and I hate them. They're cool, but they squeak so freaking much. And I don't understand how you fix that. I've cleaned them, I've done everything to them, and it just doesn't work. But let me show the interior real quick. So, again, you can look at this on the channel where I actually produce the car content. But I've spent a pretty penny on this car. So, let me just clarify. This is aftermarket steering wheel with heated steering. I got this from eBay. It was like $500-600 versus like the 2000 you basically do. Essentially, what you need to understand is that a majority of these car parts are actually from Alibaba or from like eBay from China. And the companies that are US made, which I guess they are US made, just basically buy these things and hike up the prices so you're in a trusted brand, which you're going to wait a month either way. Like, they buy surplus stuff. So, like, for instance, if you're going to buy this steering wheel from eBay, you're probably going to wait a month. Versus if you buy it from, like, an American company, you're going to be paying a hefty price, but get it in 4 to 5 days, right? I waited a month for this thing. It was worth it. It's still the same thing. I mean, I got literally carbon fiber paddle shifters, the digital display. I have this thing right here, which is the aftermarket CarPlay. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I've done to this thing, and I'm very proud of. But again, I wish it could seriously hold more power, like reliably. But it doesn't. It just sounds really good, and I'm happy about that. Again, I think the best route for me to do is just finish this build and then save for an F80. Because I know for a fact I'm not affording a G80 anytime soon.